welcome to CHA's first podcast called Our House, where we break down everything you need to know about CHA's responsibilities of tenants and all of CHA wonderful programs. Whether you're a new CHA resident or a longtime resident, today's episode is all about the upcoming Local Advisory Council election. I'm excited to welcome today Ms. Claudice Ware, the project manager at the Central Advisory Council, better known as the CAC. Claudice, thank you for coming on the show today to talk to us about the Local Advisory Council elections.
Crystal, thank you for having me. The LAC elections are just around the corner, and this is a great opportunity to get the word out and encourage all residents to vote.
Sounds really exciting, Claudice. But before we get into the election detail, why don't you give us an overview of the Central Advisory Council, better known as the CAC, and its roles?
Sure, Crystal. The Central Advisory Council, the CAC, is a resident leadership organization for the Chicago Housing Authority residents. It was founded in 1971 and is a non-for-profit 501c3 organization. The CAC is a jurisdictional-wide tenant organization recognized by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is HUD. Members of the CAC are residents of the CHA's community, just like our listeners today. We are here to service your needs. It provides a platform for residents of public housing to directly voice their concerns, advocate. We are here to service your needs. It provides a platform for residents of public housing to directly voice their concerns, advocate for improvements in their communities, and influence policies decisions made by the Housing Authority.
Thanks, Claudice, for that excellent explanation. So, can you explain to me what the Local Advisory Council is? What are they? What do they do?
Of course, the Central Advisory Council includes 15 local advisory council with offices located throughout the city of Chicago. It is through these LAC offices tenants can find help and support and resources. All tenants are automatically members of the LACs in their respective communities. There are no monthly dues. All monthly meetings are held on site. Each LAC hosts a number of activities and programs for tenants throughout the year in the partnership with CHA. Officers of the LAC are elected every 3 years in this official election.
So, Claudice, you said there are 15 local advisory council. Do they have boards?
Yes, each LAC office may have a president, a vice president, a secretary, or a treasurer, and then reps.
So, in order to have a official board that is being recognized by HUD, you must have 5 members.
5 members. It doesn't matter if they're officers or just reps.
So you can have more than 5, though.
Yes, you may.
Just share with us the elections, and are they held every 3 years? I understand this year is an election year.
Yes, the CAC LAC elections are held every 3 years, and this year is an election year. The actual election will take place October the 7th, 2025, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. It's just like any general election where you come out, vote electronically from the comforts of your own home, or you can go to one of our designated areas to vote.
So, Claudice, let's just talk about how a resident can become a candidate, even though this process has passed. But how, if a resident wanted to run for office in the next election, how does that happen?
Well, actually, Crystal, in order for you to run in the election, you have to have lived current address for 6 months or longer. You have to get signatures, 10% of occupied units for your area, building block. And if you're running for an LAC position, you still have to get 10% of occupied units for the entire area of your community.
So, Claudice, we keep saying residents. Do I have to be a public housing resident? Can I be a Section 8 resident? Can I be a mixed income resident? Can I be a project-based resident? Who qualifies to run for these offices?
Only CHA traditional housing and senior housing can run. No mixed incomes, no Section 8, no project based, only traditional housing residents.
Okay, but do the local advisory council represent those residents?
Yes, we still represent the mixed incomes because we have public housing residents living there, and we represent HCV residents as well.
Great, great. So Claudice, did all the areas receive candidates
Yes,
paperwork on time?
there was a mass mailing that took place, and then from there, we also advertised on our website, which is mycac.org. We also advertised through Family Works. We reached out to the senior RSCs to make sure the residents got the information. We attended service meetings every second Wednesday of the month and shared the information as well as the shack meetings as well.
So did we have representation from everywhere of the 15 areas?
For the most part, we do. Actually, there's just one area that is not running in the election this year. Didn't have enough people to run, so the CAC will still represent that community.
So at some point, can you have a special election if you get 5 people in that area that want to run?
Yes, we can.
So tell us about the special election.
If we are able to find residents in the Northeast scatter site that is willing to run, um, sometime in between December and February, we will run a special election. They would still have to do the same process, get 10% of occupied units. And if they want an LAC position, they would still have to get 10% of the occupied community.
That's great. We want to make sure all residents have representatives. So I'm sure um, we'll have that special election at some time. Well, hopefully we'll find residents who want to run.
Yes.
So let's talk about once you've did all the candidate forms and all those things. What's the next step for a resident that is looking to run for office?
The next steps to this process is actually lease compliancy. And yes, all the information has gone out to every property manager regarding the candidates that's running. Uh, the deadline for that was actually yesterday. We still have a few out. We're looking to have everything in by Friday, and an official list will go up in every site by next week. The challenge period begins July 28th through August the 4th will be the challenge period. And from there, once we have all those forms in, then we will actually set dates and times for the attorneys and the candidates who are challenging to meet.
So let's just take a step back. You said that there is a background check and a lease compliant verification by property management. What does that mean?
That means they want to make sure that you paid your rent, your current on your rent. If you had to do a payment plan, that needs to have taken place before July 10th. Antisocial behavior, you have to be compliant on. No violations. You shouldn't have any housekeeping issues. I believe that's it.
Okay. So the next, after you get through the background check, you say it's the challenge period. What is a challenge? What does that mean? Because I've already done the background check. I've already done the lease compliance. So why is there such thing as a challenge period?
Because you have candidates who challenge each other on electioneering, whether or not they've gotten enough signatures. They may believe that by them living in the same building or whatever, you displayed inappropriate behavior. So they challenge you on it, saying that you don't make a good candidate.
And so this challenge period, after you've done the lease compliance and you get past that hurdle, the challenge period is July 28th and ends August 4th.
Yes, that's the time period to get your actual request to challenge that individual. The actual date for the hearings will take place the 11th of August through the 15th of August.
So if I wanted to challenge a person, what do I have to do?
You call the CAC LAC election office at 872-664-9809 for the challenge form
So I can get a form, fill it out,
and leave it at the office at 3858 South Cottage Grove, which is Mandray Park.
What's the next step after that?
You'll be waiting on a phone call to give you your date and time for your hearing. Then you will appear at the hearing and go from there.
Okay. So there was a hearing. I have to provide information or something. You just hear my.
It would be best that you have some form of documentation to prove your case,
Okay.
especially if you wanted to pass.
Okay. So after the challenge period, what's the next step to this?
After the challenge period, there will be an official candidate list that will be displayed in every building, every property, management office, marquees, for you to see who are actually the new candidates running.
Okay. So they've cleared the lease compliance, they've cleared the background check, and now if somebody contesting it, they've cleared that.
Correct.
What's the next thing we waiting on?
The next thing we will be waiting on is the actual election, which is October the 7th, 2025.
So election day is October 7th. Where can I go vote at?
You can actually vote in the comforts of your own home utilizing the website votelac.thecha.org.
So it sounds like this is something different, different than most elections. Most elections, you go to a polling place and you get a card and you signed off on it. What kind of election is this?
This is an electronic election that we started back in 2022. But most of all, if you wanted to go to a polling place, they are operable and we'll have individuals there to assist you. But what better place to vote than the comforts of your own home?
I agree. I don't have to go out in the cold. It might be a rainy day or something. I don't have to go out and be out there trying to get to a poll place and vote. I can just vote in the comfort of my own home. That's great. That's great that you guys have come up with this type of process. And you said we've been doing this for 2 elections already?
Yes.
So some of our residents should be familiar with this.
Yes, they should be.
All right. So after we do the electronic voting on Tuesday, October 7th, what times are people able to vote?
People are able to vote from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You will not be able to access that site until October the 7th, 2025 at 7 a.m. Don't try it at 6:59, 6:58 in the morning. And do not try it after 7:01 p.m. that day.
Great. So what is the website again?
votelac.thecha.org.
That's great. Claudice, if I wanted to know a little bit more about how to vote, because I've never done electronic voting before, is there something out there that I can actually look at?
Yes, you will actually be able to go on our CAC website and see a tutorial. And the website is www.mycac.org.
So this election is something like the presidential election. There are, it's just like the presidential election.
Yes,
somewhat.
it is.
But the only thing about it is that you don't have to go out the confines of your house. You can actually just vote online on your phone, tablet, computer. Can somebody help me if I need help?
Yes, you can get guidance, but I wouldn't, and that's just to get into the system. I wouldn't allow individuals to allow others to pick who they want as a candidate.
So what are the steps? What do they need to do in order to get into the website?
They would type in votelac.thecha.org. Then there will be where you utilize your last name, last four digits of your social security number, and it should allow you in.
So do I have to give anybody my ID or anything?
No, only way we need verification is that you may have lived at the site for more like 3 months instead of the 6 months.
So then
And property management will be the person that verifies your residency.
that's right. So if I haven't lived there in the last 6 months and I don't find myself on the roster, I go to my property manager, and what do they do?
They need to take a look at your ID and make sure that you are a tenant of the property at this point, and then they will sign off saying that you are.
Do I get a paper ballot or do I still go into the
Yes,
system?
you would get a paper ballot at that point.
Great. Looks like this thing is going to run really smooth this year, being that it's electronic voting.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot less of a headache.
So, will there be anybody at the computer labs or to help if I do need help, if I'm unable
Yes,
to
there
do
will
it
be
myself?
staff involved where they are to just assist you to get on the computer. Other than that, that's basically it.
Okay.
And we have staff at each site.
So if I'm a shut-in resident, and I can't vote electronically, how do I vote?
You would get a ballot to vote, but to get that, we definitely will be looking at the sick and shut-in list from property management, and anybody else who have not made that list needs to call 872-664-9809 to request a ballot.
Great. So say I'm a living aid girl. I'm a living aid, and I'm on the lease, right? Me as a living aid, can I vote?
No,
Why?
live-in aides don't have the same rights as a traditional resident.
So how old do I have to be in order to vote?
18 and older.
I have to live in a household.
Yes.
Okay. Um, I don't need an ID. All I need is my name, my client ID number, and my last four digits, and I'm able to vote once I go through the process, right?
Yes.
Got it. So when the resident is the election results are over, how do I know who won?
Well, there's still another process to that as well. Uh, After October the 7th, then there's another challenge period that will take place.
But on October 7th, will I know who the people are that won potentially?
There will be an unofficial candidate list that comes out, winners list rather, that will come out, but that's not official either.
Mm-hmm.
It will not become official until after the second challenge period.
So is this challenge period the second challenge period like the first challenge period?
Yes.
How?
Well, the dates aren't the same, but
Mm-hmm.
October the 9th starts the challenge period. Forms are due on October the 16th, and then the hearings will be held October the 23rd, 24th, and 27th. And then there will be an official certified list that is posted by October the 30th.
So October the 30th is when I really find out
Who's the official winners
the
are.
official winner. That's such important information, Claudice. It's really important. Are we really looking for residents to take advantage of voting for a candidate that they want to represent for them?
I am truly hoping so. This is an opportunity for you to elect a person that's going to advocate on your behalf, be your voice. So definitely get out there and vote for your candidate.
So again, you can vote where?
You can vote in the comforts of your own home at votelac.thecha.org, or you can go to one of the polling places within your building or your community to get assistance
On what day?
on October the 7th, 2025, between the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Thank you, Claudice. It's been a real pleasure having you on the show today. I think we gave a lot of information out to our residents that want to participate in the local advisory council election, want to participate in voting for someone that is in office. And we're looking forward to October 7th being a very exciting day that people will come out and vote for people that they really want to represent them.
I do hope so.
Can you give us again the place that we can call if we have an issue on election day?
Yes.
The website, the date, and the time.
Again, if you have any issues, concerns regarding this election, you can contact us at 872-664-9809, or you can leave a message on our website or our email address. Our email address is cacelection2025@gmail.com. Our website is mycac.org.
Oh, this is really important. It's really important. Thank you, Claudice, for coming out today, sharing that information with our residents. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Crystal.
You're welcome. Thanks for tuning into Our House. If you found this information helpful, be sure to share with your fellow CHA neighbors and rate us on your favorite podcast platform.